Welcome to SlimeWire episode 29.
Whoa, did you actually know that it's 29? Because I had no idea it's been so long.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wow, you're right, 29.
All right, knew it. Because
Well, last podcast was about 3 years ago, I think, so I think we have a lot to talk about this time.
Actually, I want to say right off the bat, as of recording this right now, it is September 14th. That means about...
Thanks! Now when everyone sees the day I posted, they're going to know how long it took me to edit it.
Okay, well, I mean, over like a week, maybe I think 9 days ago, it was Slime TV's second year anniversary on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
Baboosh, baby.
yeah.
We just posted a new Mother episode.
I literally cannot contain my excitement. I'm just...
Abraham, did you see the Mother episode, the new one? Mother 3.
Yes, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good, right?
Well,
that was the first episode that we recorded at the new place.
Cool. You know what I just noticed?
No.
We didn't do the introduction, and I'm pretty okay with that.
Which one? Oh, yeah. I'm Dr. Sanders.
Captain Quail, Mr. Ham.
Too late.
Not yet. Damn it. Anywho, let's just get on the topic at hand today.
Okay, so today's topic is going to be our favorite franchises. And I think, some of our topics are a little bit hard to address sometimes. I think this one is going to be one of the easiest to talk about.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good topic, because I can definitely name plenty.
Yeah, well, I know,
people are probably going to know mine already if they listen to the podcast regularly.
Geez, I wonder if people can guess mine.
Yeah, I know, right? Petor.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm sure you guys could have a lot to talk about. I'm sure if I put you and Petor in a room and I put Sonic the Hedgehog somewhere nearby, it would just be, field day.
That's probably true. Oh, man, sorry. I'm eating a hamburger also.
Well, I'm also eating a sandwich that I made today, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's very sad.
Great. So, wait, what kind of sandwich is it? Wait, it's a sad sandwich?
It's like that's all the food you have sandwich?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is it like I don't even know, like a chow mein sandwich?
It might as well be.
Oh. Okay, well, who wants to get started talking about their favorite franchise first, or one of their favorite franchises? I'll start.
All right.
So, mine... Yeah, at least the first one I'm going to talk about is, this could come as a surprise. I could just hear the...
Drum roll, please.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Da-da-da-da! Wow.
What?
That was like a curveball. That was like M. Night Shyamalan level twist.
I know.
I'm reeling from the shock. I was sure you were going to say... hyperdimensional Neptunia. I was so sure.
Well,
I was that too.
I was on the tip of my tongue. I was like right there. So, Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. The reason I love the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, I think the games are still really fun. I know that the game that series is some of the worst games ever made.
Oh yeah, I mean Sonic 06, just like wow.
Yeah, it's barely a game.
Talk about the definition of a rush job.
But yeah, I think the first 4 games in the series. Well, I mean, technically if you go by the first 4.
Oh, I just realized what I said was a pun.
What?
Rush job. Get it? Like they rushed the game out, but like Sonic goes really fast. Like rush.
Yeah, I got it. So
that's gonna get a. You know it.
I'm sure. So what do you guys think of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise? What are your favorite games in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise? Mine is Sonic 2, obviously.
Well, when it comes to Sonic, I was a big fan of his when I was a kid. Like I always wanted to play Sonic games. I always thought they were really fun and cool. Because I always had Nintendo consoles growing up and a PlayStation, so I never had like a Genesis. But I always thought like Genesis games looked really cool, especially because of Sonic. So I'd say my favorite game is Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
2. Sonic Adventure 2.
I'm about to make the exact same claim. Mine is also Sonic Adventure 2, but not because I enjoy the game per se.
Mm.
The little chow mini game that loves and remembers taps into this really weird part of my brain that makes you really enjoy Tamagotchis as well.
Mm.
So the whole little chow mini game to me becomes this hyper balanced Tamagotchi that I can sink hours and hours of my day into.
Yeah. I mean, I was once in a Tamagotchi. The Chow is really fun and addictive. I mean, not everybody's into that, but I was. But I also actually like the actual game itself. It does have a lot of flaws. I'll give it that. But it's probably the one I enjoyed the most.
Oh, I do want to say there was one thing about the gameplay that I enjoyed, and that was doing the puzzle hunting, the hunting level with Knuckles and what's her ass, Rouge.
Oh yeah, those can go f themselves 12 ways to Sunday.
No,
especially the one with Rouge, where it's like you have 5 minutes to find them or some shit like that, or it's ridiculous. You know the mission I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I do.
That mission. I remember I rented that game and I couldn't get any farther than that before I had to give the game back because I couldn't beat it. I was like, F this shit. I only get to rent like one Dreamcast game a weekend.
Actually, I think that.
But I do like the original games too. They're fun. You know, if you just want to play something, like pick up and play real quick.
My opinion on Sonic Adventure 2 is like, even when I first played it, because the first game I had was Sonic 2. The first time I played Sonic Adventure 2, I loved it. I loved the Sonic levels. I loved everything. But man, even when I played my first time, I had such a problem with the Tails and Robotnik levels, man. Like, especially, there's that one...
I hate those.
I know. This is the first sand level with Dr. Robotnik, and he's like... And, like, I probably died, I don't even know how many times in that level. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean...
Well...
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, those do suck. I don't know. The earlier ones aren't that bad. I liked the idea of being able to play as Robotnik, though. Just that alone.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
I thought that was cool. I was like... it was weird kind of seeing you being able to play like the bad guys, especially in like a Sonic game.
Yeah,
you know?
well...
That wasn't like that normal at the time.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Well, that was really appealing.
If you think about it, there's very little else you could have done specifically with Dr. Robotnik, Eggman, what do we call him? I mean, it's either that, or the game shifts into an entirely different genre where you sit on your ass and make robots. Which could be interesting, but definitely not Sonic. It definitely sounds interesting, dude, but it just wouldn't be the same game. So it's pretty much do some shit like that or don't do anything at all. Which brings me to Tails. Why not a fucking flight simulator? Yes, that's real different. I don't give a f***. That would have been pretty badass. Instead of, more Tails leg walker shit.
Like some kind of like Star Fox type game.
That would have been cool. And would have sort of kept with the keep moving forward thing the game has going on.
Actually, one thing I have to say about Sonic, at least currently, I gotta say, Sonic right now, I think is actually really good. It's I think it is. It's because
it's on the upswing. I'll
definitely.
Give it that.
We had just a few years ago, we had the Sonic. The only things that were kind of okay with the Sonic handheld ones, like Sonic Rush and all those.
Yeah.
But then we had Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic the Sacred Rings and.
I feel like
Sonic Black.
I feel like kind of like Sonic 06 was like rock bottom, and now it's kind of like we're coming back up from that sort of.
I think so.
Slowly, because there's like you said, Sonic and the Rings, whatever, and Sonic and the Dark Knight. Those very, very mediocre to bad games.
But actually, although Sonic 4, I was disappointed by Sonic 4, Sonic Episode 4. It was...
Better than the crap.
What?
Better than the crap that had been coming out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it came out after Sonic Colors, really, which was the problem.
Yeah.
Like, Sonic Colors was good, and then Sonic Generations came out, and then the one came out after it, so it was like way worse. But one thing I actually like that they did recently is they had a fan hack guy, a guy who did fan hacks of Sonic the Hedgehog. They had basically this fan hack guy remake Sonic CD, and it fixes like all the collision problems and everything and that. It makes it so much more fun. And like I like that they went back and did that. Although I seriously just wish that they would just make like another old Sonic game, like kind of how they did Mega Man 9, you know?
Oh yeah, that's never gonna happen.
It's like it would. It's disappointing that they won't do that. But it was. I still like Sonic games that come out right now. I guess Sonic Generations, which was freaking awesome, and then we have Sonic Lost World that's coming out soon.
That actually looks crazy, Sonic Lost World.
It almost makes me look like nauseous looking at it.
Like Sonic Extreme, that game never came out.
Yep, and that's for the Sega Saturn.
And here I'm going to throw a wet blanket on you and remind you that Shadow the Hedgehog was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was the real beginning of the downturn.
I remember the first time I played that game, I immediately knew I did not like it, and like, this is not fun, this is a bad game. Never played it again.
I actually went through I actually got about 3 endings on that game.
Oh my god.
I know. I got through 3 endings before I just said no.
Anybody who did all of them I don't know what's wrong with you, but you need to go get help, man. You need to.
Probably only have one game. I mean, I only had like one game when I was a kid. I had like freaking Home Alone 2 when I ended up beating that.
I'm pretty sure there's no kid who just had the one Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog.
I know you do say that, but the only game I had for like NES was Home Alone 2.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, the only game I had for the N64 for a long time was Mario Party, and now no one wants to play that specific one with me.
Well, that's true.
It's because I'm one of those furious assholes who happens to actually be good at Mario Party.
You have a furious asshole?
Yeah, because Mario Party isn't based a lot in luck.
It isn't? I thought it was.
It sort of is. But it's also kind of exploitable.
There are some.
Played it enough. Yeah,
still pretty luck-based.
And then there's the random star giveaways. You suck too much? Here's a star. Do you suck the most? Here's another star. Are you winning? 3 stars for you.
Wait, that doesn't sound fair at all.
That's a lot of stars.
That's a lot of stars.
It is.
So yeah, like I don't know. Everybody keeps wanting a third adventure game right now. I kind of do. I want like a heavier story Sonic now. Like, because it has so many, like...
I'd definitely be interested in a more adventure-type game. Something that had, like, a story and was like those more instead of just... I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what they tried to do with Sonic 06, and maybe they're just afraid to try and do it again.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't...
It's because they're terrible at writing.
They are, man. Like,
but...
If you look at Sonic Adventure 1, the story's such a mess in that, and Sonic Adventure 2, it's like... I mean...
Okay.
People have nostalgia for it, but man, it's pretty weird.
My 2 cents on it is it's a Sonic game. I'm not expecting a good story, but just something that's like silly and dumb and just kind of, in the Sonic universe. I mean, we're already talking about fucking anthropomorphic hedgehogs in the real world that are in love with humans sometimes. It's like, what? It's like I can deal with a story being retarded.
Well, it's like, I like a story that's retarded too, but like, I just want to fit in the universe. And sometimes, I don't get why. One of the biggest things I don't understand why they try to do with Sonic Adventure series is like they have them in the real world. Like they go to cities where humans live, and it's like there's regular cats and regular dogs, and all that stuff. Like both the adventure games have that. Like where the president's like a dude, like a guy named Jeff or whatever. It's just a regular guy, and then they have like Sonic and Shadow and all these people just fighting somewhere in the same place, like in a military base, like. I don't know what kind of... I would like if they just kind of did it like the cartoon used to be, where it is everybody was crazy. The only person who was like a human was Dr. Robotnik, and he was like well, there were other people, but not really like... It was cartoony, like the adventure games both have really realistic humans.
I actually agree with that. I think that I don't know why I did it that way.
So wait, which cartoon is it? Wait, which you're talking about? Are you talking about the older one, or are we talking like Sonic Underground here?
We're not talking Sonic Underground. We're talking about, well, I mean, that works too because it's kind of the same style. The Sonic Sat AM, the one where it's like more serious. But I would like.
Okay,
Sonic
wait.
Underground.
There's also a third cartoon. There was the one that was on like Fox.
Yeah. There's like one there's the one that's super cartoony. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon. There's the one that's slightly more serious, and is like the one that most people like. And then there's Sonic Underground. Sonic Underground, which is like one that came like 10 years after all the other ones.
Sonic!
Wasn't the cartoon one the one that had lots of humans, but had the real world, like explicitly be a different place that they all wandered into or some shit?
No. Oh, that's Sonic. Oh, never mind. This 4 series because that's Sonic X.
Oh,
okay,
Sonic X. Yeah, that's like the newer one.
Yeah,
so,
that was.
So I think here's a really good question: what's worse, Sonic Underground or Sonic X?
Sonic X.
Sonic
Are you sure? Because Sonic Underground, if you probably past the nostalgia, was pretty shit.
I don't have any nostalgia towards it. It's Sonic X is harder to watch now because it's really weird. It's poorly dubbed. It's even the regular dub. It just seems really, really weird that these people like everybody's like, oh yeah, that's a giant hedgehog, and he's blue. He doesn't look like a hedgehog, but yeah, it's just. I think there's some good episodes, but I think Sonic Underground. I don't know. It's hard to say. They're both pretty bad in a way. Like if you look at them objectively, but I probably would say that Sonic Underground is slightly better just because it's more the kind of feel of the games, maybe. You know.
It's so 90s, though.
Talking about they're playing a band. They play rock and roll to save their mom.
They made a vow their mother will be found. Sonic Underground!
That's what it's like, right?
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Approximately.
Well, let's move on to somebody else's favorite franchise. I think we got enough Sonic out there.
No, so what I think they should do is, okay, here's my idea for a new game. Sonic Butt Express. It's all about butts.
Denied.
Talking about denied. Sonic didn't make anything.
I'm Keiji Inafune and I deny it.
Okay, it's not, Keiji Inafune didn't even make it. It's...
Keiji Inafune didn't make every game ever made. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Anyways, Abraham, what is one of your favorite franchises?
My favorite franchises? Well, if we just go by what games franchises I've most consistently played, it's probably Disgaea and Pokemon in that order. Because I own every Disgaea game and most games made by Nippon Ichi at this point. And I've consistently played pretty much every Pokemon game except Generation 4 because all the Pokemon look like shit.
That's funny. So everybody says.
Well, what do you think about the new XY generation?
Well, they all look like Digimon. But at this point, that's par for the course.
Well, they released the second evolutions of all the starters now.
I know. I was looking at those the other day, and
Frog is awesome.
Okay. Most of them look okay. Like, well,
come on, the green one looks retarded.
I said most.
Yeah, the other two.
They've also released the next solution for like. There's like 2 of them for Mewtwo. There's another one for that like shark.
Grab Chomp, whatever it's called.
Yeah, there we go. Garchomp got another one.
Garchomp.
Oh, and then all the original starters got mega forms too, like Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur.
Yeah, like the Venusaur is spot f***ing on. That's as probably as good as it gets without getting retarded. Though at the same time, the change is it's not like super explicit.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty subtle.
Yeah, it's a pretty subtle change, but it's a good change. So at the same time, I'm not completely sure how I feel about it.
I love Blastoise. He's got like cannon arms now.
Yeah.
Blastoise.
And Charizard doesn't even only vaguely resembles what he used to look like now.
He just kind of gets some like fins and stuff.
I know. It's like they're trying to make him into Garchomp combined with Charmander.
Well, in the new trailer, it looks like each game will have a different Mewtwo like form that you can get in it. So they're gonna, I guess there'll be different Mega forms you can get in each game.
Wow, great. That sounds like they weren't trying to get money by splitting them up.
Well, that's what they've been doing since day one.
Name one day.
Red and blue.
I said
gold,
day.
Silver, ruby, sapphire, diamond, pearl, black and white.
None of those were days.
Monday, Tuesday.
Oh shit.
Those are the next games coming out. Pokemon Monday and Pokemon Tuesday.
So I was like, there's gonna be one. It's like Friday, and then I'm in love.
Friday, I'm in love.
Monday, something fall apart.
But as for Disgaea, I want to say I am very excited for the new game. It's been what I've been waiting for since I played the first Disgaea. It's a straight sequel to Disgaea 1.
Yeah, and it was sort of funny because they had pretty much said by Disgaea 2, we're not going back to Disgaea 1. It's not happening. And, here we are.
I know, I had to wait through fucking Makai Kingdom, Phantom Brave, Disgaea 2, Disgaea 3, Disgaea 4, but Disgaea 4 was pretty awesome.
Yeah, you love that game.
Yeah, Disgaea 4.
I love... Yeah, Disgaea 4 is pretty fantastic. I love pretty much everything about that game.
That's definitely my second
Valvators.
favorite. Yeah, 4 is definitely my second favorite.
Yeah. I think Valvators is probably the strongest protagonist that they'd had in the game in years.
Yeah, he's a good one.
He wasn't always a protagonist?
Nope.
Oh, I didn't play any of those games.
There's different protagonists in Disgaea.
Was Prinny a protagonist?
So one thing if Asagi will...
He was in the PSP game.
Yeah, I know, Prinny the PSP.
Those games are f***ing hard as tits. Possible.
So Asagi, I'm still wondering if she'll ever get her own game, or whether the fact that she doesn't get her own game will continue to be the running gag.
That will always be the joke. They'll never give her own game.
Because I saw Asagi's been in, all of the games.
Yeah, she's like a secret... She's always a secret boss, every single time.
Isn't the one that the octopus lady that wants a game? No.
What?
I thought that was the octopus girl that wanted a game.
Sort of. Sort of in the sense that she's not actually an octopus, but she wants a game. So you're half right.
Yeah, I was like, where'd the octopus come from?
Let's just not talk about this anymore.
Octopuses are sexy.
Yes,
ever seen Squid Girl? Have you ever seen Squid Girl, the anime?
No. Why would I see that?
Your brother liked it.
Brandon?
No, Ryan.
That doesn't surprise me.
They got drunk and were watching it.
Well, it's probably because it's Caesar, not because of Ryan.
Yeah, but Ryan was watching it too.
Ryan will watch anything, really.
It was funny though. Because
it was a pretty okay show.
Ryan was making squid puns because we were watching the dub.
Oh, good. There's a dub.
Oh shit, you were watching the dub?
There's a dub for it. The dub is so ridiculous.
Oh, we did.
Well, I've seen the dub. It's awful.
Hey, Remy, you ever seen the dub to Die? No Daiboken?
Oh, he doesn't even know what that is.
Well, I guess he hasn't seen it. So.
Who has seen that?
I saw it.
Didn't you say it was really hard to find all the episodes and stuff?
Oh, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. So, I mean, he could have seen it though.
I guess if you showed it to him, that's the only way I ever saw it. Or if you are really into Dragon Quest.
Yeah, you like Dragon Quest, Abraham?
I want to watch that one that we watched where the guy leveled up and stuff.
That show's awesome.
That show was so cool.
It's like Dragon Ball Z.
Well, you should watch, if you like Dragon Quest, is the Hiro Yoshihiko.
What's that? Does that have anything to do with butts, or?
It has to do with Dragon Quest. It's pretty much... It's like a live-action parody about Dragon Quest.
Yeah, you talked about this on the podcast
Where
before.
it's just the game or whatever, or it's the story of the game or whatever.
No, it's not exactly the story of the game. It's more like the whole show is constantly...
references it.
Yeah.
That's the one with the little schoolgirls, right?
It's supposed to be Dragon Quest, but heavily parodied.
Is that the one with
and
like
in
little
live action.
girls in it?
What?
Is that the one with the little girls in it?
There aren't. I don't even remember there being a single little girl in any episode of the show.
Oh, okay. Well, then I must be thinking. There's an episode, or like a thing I was watching where it's like an anime, and they reference the fact that they reference Dragon Quest V with Bianca. They're like, who'd you choose? And like, oh, I'd always choose Bianca. How could you not?
There's so much anime that references Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I'm starting to become aware of that.
And I think everyone was talking about a live action thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right. So.
Wait. Before we get back in the story, my mom came by and she told me a funny story because she was just visiting my grandpa who got cosmetic surgery.
Oh God! Wait, what?
On his wiener?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
My grandpa got cosmetic surgery. Yeah, he did.
No,
Like,
not on his wiener.
Grandpa.
Wait, on his
He
wiener?
actually had a legit reason though. Cause,
On his wiener.
No, what? No.
I keep asking you no, you keep saying not no.
I didn't hear you, but okay, it's not on his wiener, it's on his face. Cosmetic surgery on his face.
I'm gonna cut this.
You know
so
how a lot of
sounds
like
it was
old
on his
dudes.
wiener.
You know how a lot of old dudes have like huge like bulldog jowls?
Yeah, especially Mexican men.
Well, like my grandpa has that like above his eyes. He has giant eye jowls. And they were drooping low enough that vision was actually becoming an issue. So he had to get what was essentially a facelift to fix the issue.
I knew a band called Facelift. They were terrible. I just thought I'd throw that out.
How terrible were they?
Oh my God. They were
Were
like,
you in the band?
No, I was not in a band.
Good.
It was it's a pretty bad band. So.
Alright, let's get back to the podcast.
Oh, sorry. So yeah. What were we talking about? Yeah.
Should I go on to my favorite now, or
Yeah, sure.
are you good, Abraham?
Well,
Did you
not
get
sure
all your
what there is to say about Disgaea. If you know what Disgaea is about, there's really nothing to say about it.
I'd say it's a
You
good
haven't heard of
I think like the first one's a really good like starter strategy RPG.
What about the rest of them?
They get more complicated and they add a lot more like features and stuff as they go on. So by the time you get to 4, it might seem like really overwhelming, like all the stuff they add. But like if you've played all of them up to that point, then it's like you learn all the systems along the way because they usually keep them all.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm saying I think the first one is a really good like initiator because it's very simple, but there's a lot of strategy to it as well. Especially with the Geo squares. Oh man.
And there's that infamous thing. There's that thing about all the Nippon Ichi strategy games that it's never worth boosting your defense because damage rapidly outpaces any sort of defense you can put up.
Yeah.
So all the games, especially past like level 50 or anything like that, just turn into games of rocket tag. Who can do the most damage and kill the other first?
Yeah, pretty much you always just buy new equipment, like new weapons, first, always. That's always what you spend your money on. And then go into Item World and make them even stronger.
Yep.
And,
what for? Good question. Beating bigger bosses, I suppose, is really the only motivator to keep grinding and getting stronger in the games.
Yeah. And it's fun to, like, make weird characters and stuff, because you unlock, like, more classes as you go along.
Can you make me?
Yeah. It's weird how the game, if you think about it mechanically speaking, should be fairly dull once you sort of master the system and get all your attack and stuff. But there's something strangely addictive about it.
Well, there's so much strategy to it, and there's a lot of randomization that can happen, especially in the item worlds. So it's like you almost never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Jesus
But,
Christ, I'm remembering my Disgaea Tuesday that probably has like 500 hours on it.
Yeah, I love the Disgaea series. Man, it's one of the games my brother turned me on to back in the day.
Your brother turned you on?
Yeah. Oh, no. He told me about this guy and he said it was awesome. I'm like, oh, well, I'll try playing it. And I did, and I liked it a lot, so I bought it.
And then what? How did it end?
I played it and I had lots of fun. Volcanus is an asshole. I right?
Volcanus is an asshole. He's a gigantic asshole.
And the Seraph, oh man, I remember the last battle with him took me like, it was literally just, oh, I walk behind you, do my ultimate attack. You walk behind me, you do your ultimate attack. Rinse, repeat. And then I use like a healing item every like second or third attack. Like that was the last boss of that game. Because he would just annihilate all my characters except for Laharl. And then I just have Laharl do like his ultimate sword attack and then walk behind. It's like that's all it was.
Well,
did you ever fight Zeta in
I just had to buy
Zeta
enough
in
healing
Disgaea 2?
last round. Huh?
Did you ever fight Zeta in Disgaea 2?
Oh, I don't think so. All the secret stuff was so hard to do.
Zeta is one of the weirdest fights I think they've ever had, because there's exactly one spot on the entire map where you can actually reach him, because he's surrounded by like three no-enter geozones, and they're also invulnerable, so you can't even knock those back. There's one spot where you can hit him, and the only way you can hit him is by pretty much making a tower out of all of your dudes and just tanking his attacks until he dies.
Oh, what was the game? Wasn't it when Treasure that had vehicles in it, and like you could build like houses and stuff? Do you remember that?
That would be Makai Kingdom.
Yeah, I remember Makai Kingdom. I was trying to do all the secret stuff in that. Like, I think I got to like the secret mission where you could fight like Flan and like, or no, I think I beat Flan. Then I was trying to beat the one with like Laharl and Etna, and it was like so hard, or something.
I pretty much 100% of that game, and it took me so long.
Oh, is the secret stuff really hard? Because I was having a tough time with just the beginning secret stuff.
Oh my god! Yeah. And there are so many bosses. There's a boss like every Overlord.
Tons. There's so
and then
many.
there's all the joke bosses.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
Like 3 from Disgaea 1 show up. You fight another Zeta. Fight everyone.
Yeah, I have the manual for that game.
Shit, you fight a girl from Phantom Brave for Christ's sake.
Oh yeah, don't you get the girl in the? I got the girl in the wheelchair in your party.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, like that's the first like secret character you can get. Because I remember that's the only one I got. I'm like, oh thanks for giving me like the lamest character ever. But, yeah, that game was cool. That Kingdom was cool. It had cool classes, like remember you get the cats and they give them like the katanas and they'd be all like badass and shit.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Vehicles were awesome. I think they should make another Makai Kingdom.
I was actually pretty disappointed that Makai Kingdom, the thief class that I was making, was really, really, really shitty at fighting.
Well, thieves are shitty. They're only good at stealing. So.
I mean, and they're fantastic at that, and only that.
That's it. That's all they're for. They're such a niche like class.
Which makes getting up to like Master Thief or the was their highest level like so difficult.
Yeah, it's true.
God.
But yeah, that's Disgaea for you. There you go. So we'll move on.
Well, not really. That's Disgaea and the various peripheral games that surround it.
Yeah. There's the Nipponichi universe. The Nichiverse. I like to call it.
Is that what everybody else calls it, or is it just?
Nope. I just made it up immediately. Like
well,
today.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna copyright that, patent pending. Do not steal.
Is that what? I don't think you could copyright that because you're describing a company.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna let me when I hold a gun to their head.
I'm just kind of scared.
You should be. I'm a scary person. Anyways, okay. Well. One of my favorite franchises is absolutely the Shin Megami Tensei franchise.
Yeah. Okay.
If that wasn't everyone's first guess on what I would say, then you don't know me very well.
Well, I do know you very well.
Yeah, you do. Because that's like the series I'll buy every game for. And I wish I could own every game. I want to get the Japanese versions of all the games, too, someday. I have a pretty good collection, I'd say, at least of the American releases. I mean, really the only things I don't have are Persona 1 and 2 for the PS1. That's about it. Unless you count Jack Brothers.
What about the Super Nintendo games?
Oh. Well, how many English I don't know how many of those got English releases.
Oh, you just want the English ones?
Yeah, I was just saying, of the English releases, I have almost all of them.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I just don't have Persona 1 and 2 on PlayStation. I have them on PSP, but I don't know how to have them on the PlayStation. Oh, it's a great series. Every RPG is really different, but they keep like a lot of the same fundamentals, which is one of the things I really like about them.
So what do you say that they're not only... I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay.
Yeah. And the stories are always pretty good, if not insane and convoluted. But they definitely keep you going through the game just to find out like what is going on in the world they made up. Because it's always something like crazy and like really dark.
Ooh. Oh, what's that? I couldn't think of what the name was of the Jotable. Ooh. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. And I love Persona series like the most probably. Persona 4 was the best game ever made.
That was?
For me, it was.
Oh, I thought you meant like unanimously, like people.
Yeah, I mean unanimously in my head it is. Without a doubt, that is my favorite game of all time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a consensus with somebody else, not just.
Well, I don't know. Abraham, is that game good?
Is what game good?
Persona 4.
I've heard it's pretty good. I mean, I personally think it was all right. I don't know what you guys think.
There you go, unanimous.
Yeah.
There we go. I mean, when
I'm right, I'm right.
Yeah.
Well, what's one of your favorite games in the Shin Megami Tensei series, Abraham?
I'll be honest with you. It's either probably a toss-up between Persona 3 and Nocturne. I finally beat Nocturne last month.
The only thing I like better in Persona 3 than Persona 4 is the soundtrack, because I think the soundtrack is just really, really good in 3.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but the soundtrack in Final Fantasy IX is unfortunately better. That's not me saying it either. That's the internet.
Oh, the internet.
Yep.
The internet said it.
Yeah.
Because we all just believe the internet. We're the internet now. We're on the internet. People are listening to us on the internet. We're part of that.
No, probably on their smartphones.
Whoever's listening to this on their smartphone, turn it off.
They're not going to, because it's me.
I hope somebody's going to listen to this and they're going to be like, whoa. And they're not going to hear anything we're saying now because I told them to turn it off.
Yeah, you,
Right?
Jim.
So we can talk shit on them. Like, hey man, that guy on himself is a dickhole.
Oh, so Persona 3, huh?
Yeah, Persona 3 is pretty good. But Persona 4 is better in my... I like a lot of things better about it, but they're both very, very good games.
Is it because the characters are more kawaii?
Yeah, they're much more kawaii, and they're also more desu-y.
Abraham, is this true?
Well, I can't
not
or deny the characters being more desu, but they are definitely more kawaii. They're definitely more kawaii.
More kawaii equals more love, obviously.
More kawaii gives me more supply.
More kawaii supply. It's like air supply, but a Japanese band.
Here's where I get all anal about language, though. Kawaii actually means scary. Kawaii with like a real A emphasis is cute. Kawaii means the characters are scary.
He's actually right. I only say things in Japanese that Dio from JoJo says now.
Oh my god.
Monkey nandayo!
Monkey nandayo!
Injaku.
God, JoJo.
I've clocked in 100 hours on JoJo's already.
Jesus Christ, man.
I got a problem.
Wow.
I have a problem.
Yeah, no kidding. That's insane.
Well, there's a lot of idle time on there for letting my battery recharge in campaign modes. It's not all playtime. There's a lot of hours of just idling, but a lot of it is playtime. So. But I'll save that for when we get to games we've been playing recently.
Gee, I want to know what you've been playing.
Yeah, we'll find out. Do you have a movie corner? We can do a movie corner and an anime corner.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could.
All right, let's do it. Let's do a movie corner.
Dr. Sanders movie review.
Hi, welcome to Dr. Santa's Movie Corner. Movie review. So today I'm talking about a movie called The Conversation, right? So this is a very, I know I talk about how I like kind of cerebral or slow movies, like I like the movie Silent Running, which maybe one day I'll do a corner on that, or I don't really like 2001.
Logan's Run?
Huh?
Is that like Logan's Run?
Yeah.
I was not sure that would be right.
I mean, it's not, not my favorite, it's like... But, yeah, so... This movie, it's directed by Francis Ford Coppola, and Francis Ford Coppola is one of my, favorite directors. He directed the movie that got me into movies, which was, Apocalypse Now.
Oh.
He directed The Godfather, which is another, obviously, like, everybody says, perfect movie. But so, I was surprised when I heard of this movie, and I was like, I've never seen this, I've never heard anything on it, and it's a movie that stars Gene Hackman. It was released in 1974. It's like a kind of noir, it's not really noir, but the character itself is kind of like a noir character. It's like a thriller, and it's kind of like a mystery detective movie, and it is freaking amazing. Gene Hackman, his last movie was Welcome to Mooseport. Or that movie?
No, I think I heard of it, but I have no idea what it's about.
It's the one with Ray Romano, and he
shit, I know the one.
Tries to run for mayor.
Runs for mayor. Or
some shit. Yeah, I remember that looked really terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. So there's Gene Hackman, who's the current mayor in that movie, and holy shit, this movie is so... I don't even know where to start with it. It's basically about a guy who records a conversation. Like, his job is like he's a private investigator guy, and he's really good at his job, right? He's like, he can record conversations nobody else could. He can bug places, bug phones nobody else ever could, and he's really renowned in the community of people who do this kind of stuff. But he's, of course, the whole movie starts out where he can't really communicate with other people that well. And what I thought was going to happen was, throughout the movie he's going to learn, maybe I should let people into my life and all this stuff. That's going to be the main point of the movie. But it goes a totally different way, and they don't really focus on it. Even by the end of the movie, he's still kind of the same guy, but just a little bit different. It's really hard to explain if you haven't seen it.
It kind of reminds me of Weatherman.
Actually, kind of. In the
well, in that way, yeah.
Yeah, and the tone of the movie and all that. It's
the way you described it, kind of like he's a character who has to he's not like a good person, but he kind of grows, but not really. He's still the same guy.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate. It's man, Gene Hackman is so good in it. His acting is amazing in it. I thought, he's a good actor before, because he's been in Enemy of the State. Oh, by the way, if you've seen the movie Enemy of the State, it's literally a remake of this movie. He wears the same trench coat, same everything. It all comes from this movie. I can't say too much about the plot. I'll tell you that it revolves around a conversation he records. And then he basically wonders if he should hand over the conversation. Is he responsible for what happens to the people if he gives over the tape that he recorded in the very beginning? And then the whole movie's about that. And it really actually reminds me of another movie that came out in 1974. It's one of my favorite movies, and that's Chinatown. And one of the cool pieces of trivia about this movie is that part of the movie was actually filmed on the set that Chinatown was filmed on. So it reminds me of it. But I think a lot more people know Chinatown.
So many connections.
I was completely surprised by this movie. I was so surprised I hadn't heard of it. So that's my movie corner. Francis Ford Coppola movie that I had never heard of called The Conversation.
Well, very, very nice.
Yeah, so unlike a lot of movies, unlike Trespass, which was terrible or whatever,
my god,
I did that last time.
Is that what we talked about last time? Holy shit!
I think that's right.
It could be. I don't fucking know, man. I really don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I apologize. But maybe I'll put together a Lost episode that might be really, really funny, but not good.
Well, I mean, it'll be like every episode of Pete and Pete. No.
Dun, 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 dun.
That song
It's
sucks.
smiling strange. Yeah. You guys used to play that song.
Yeah, I know.
It was awesome.
Don't remind me.
No, you know you like it.
We haven't played that song in 2 years.
Played it since then.
What?
Oh, you've played it at least once.
No, we haven't. I don't think actually. I think we played it practice.
Maybe not at a show.
Oh, yeah. We used to play the theme song. My band used to play the theme song, Pete and Pete.
You know the one, Abraham, right?
I literally have no idea what the you guys are talking about right now.
Good.
What are you, a 90s kid, man?
Oh my god.
Get with it, man. Get with the times, man. It's the 90s again. It's re-rolling.
Hey, Smiling Strange.
You're looking half a liter range.
Did you poop, man? All right. So you can do an anime corner. That's my recommendation. The Conversation. I kept on thinking it was called God, I can't think. No, I can't remember. But I kept on.
Oh, you want to talk about? You should talk about that like weird Disney movies. Too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, here's Dr. Sam's movie news. Really, we can tack this on. Okay, if I ever want to talk about a movie that isn't out that I want to see or like I think is really interesting, this has got to be one of the most interesting movies I've ever heard about. And I've seen the previews, the trailers, the interviews about it. It is called Escape from Tomorrow. Now, what this is, God, it's so hard to explain. It's like
Psychiatry.
it's kind of a weird title, I gotta say. It is a movie that was shot guerrilla style. Like they just went out and shot outdoors, and they didn't have permits, they didn't have anything like that. It was shot at Disney World and Disneyland secretly without Disney knowing about it at all, and it is like a surreal horror movie. Like it's a real surrealistic. People compare it to like a David Lynch film, which is not necessarily a good thing, but it.
How's that not a good thing? I want to see Eraserhead too.
You know what I mean. Like a lot of people don't like David Lynch's movies for
Mulholland Drive. What's with the blue key, man?
But
what does it mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That movie is above me. I'm too stupid.
We're all too stupid.
We're all too stupid for David Lynch.
But so this movie is like everybody's comparing it to like a David Lynch movie. So it's all shot at Disneyland, Disney World, guerrilla style, no permits, no anything, without Disney knowing, and they shot for like 20-something days. And it's all black and white, and it's supposed to be really crazy from what I've heard, and people want to see it. It's shown at a few film festivals. First of all, not only was it shot in Disneyland without permission from Disney, which is usually like a big no-no because Disney, is f***ing crazy with stuff. Like, they usually sue the hell out of most people. But it also, like, was edited in a, like, the guy was so worried Disney would find out what he did that he edited it in South Korea. So he took all the footage and...
What?
Huh?
In South Korea?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Because he's like either this movie will, he's like, if anybody from, an American, like if I license out an American studio or like an American editing suite to do it, or I tell an editor to do it here, he's like, Disney's going to find out about it. Because if I have any of the main studios do it, or even some of the independent studios, they're just going to find out, like, that what I shot. And so he took it to a different country to do it. And, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I haven't seen it, and I want to see it. If I can ever find a copy of it. If it comes out, they don't even know if it's going to come out. Like, it's shown at film festivals, because you can pretty much just license most of that stuff out pretty easily.
I got a question for the movie news man.
You could get footage of a dude shitting out the nastiest shit in history in front of like a grainy ass 3mm. I don't know what the and it would still show up at a film fest. You can get anything in a film fest. That doesn't say anything at all.
Well, no, the fact that it got aired because of the Disney thing was a surprise. Not because of the fact of what's content. I mean, I could film myself taking crap and get into Palms d'Or Festival or something like that. But I mean, what is
Germany?
German Scheiße films?
Yeah, that's what the joke was. Thanks. Bum tickly alert. Hit the alarm.
You're a monster.
I have a question, though.
What?
Unrelated to all this.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the He-Man movie?
Oh, the Toy Masters?
Yeah, is there any news on that?
No.
Anything?
There have been reviews of it. Everybody says it's kind of bad.
Really?
Yeah, there's like
bad in what way? It's boring or
bad as in. Well, they say the biggest problem with it is that they don't have like enough content in it.
Oh, really?
Like that's what everybody says. Like the main problem is.
I still want to see it.
Yeah, Toy Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pure, unadulterated, barbaric
fiction.
I never cried over anything over the phone. This is unadulterated, absolute barbarian fiction.
Yeah, that's like, it's a movie on the making of He-Man. It's called Toy Masters. It was supposed to come out last year, but it has not.
It looks amazing. It looks funny, just like two old guys yelling about who made a toy first.
Yeah, like a really old toy, like He-Man from the 80s.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll do an anime corner now.
All right.
Captain Good.
Just one wish, gonna be Cassie so I'm the
All right, anime corner time. All right. So, Abraham, have you been watching stuff this season?
I've been watching so much shit this season.
All right, well then I'm gonna start with the show that surprised me to the most in being good, and that is the Gotchaman Crowd show.
Oh, I know.
I was not gonna watch that. That was like a last minute decision for me. Like, and then I start watching. I'm like, this show is fucking awesome. Right?
It is. It really,
Isn't
really
it
is.
Surprisingly real. I read the description. I'm like, this doesn't sound very interesting. And then I watched it, and I'm like, wow, this is really, really fun and good.
Yeah, and the protagonist really, really makes the show.
Oh yeah.
It would absolutely
villain.
fall apart without her.
And there's like a dichotomy, and then there's like the anti-hero character who's who's like conflicted in what he wants to do. And the villain, oh man, the villain. I like the villain. I really like his voice actor. I watched him in another show, and I think I really like his voice acting style.
Yeah, it's nice to see a villain that's just such a complete, unrepentant douche.
I know, right? The voice actor makes sense for me, because I think he does a really good job when he plays a villain. But yeah, that's like my biggest surprise this season that I've ended up enjoying the most. Is so that's a good one. Have you watched Danganronpa yet, Abraham? Please tell me you have.
Danganronpa, I've been thinking about it, but I haven't yet.
You have to, seriously. Best show of the season by far. I really like it a lot. It's very much reminiscent of like games like 999 and whatever the sequel is called.
That's not an anime. It's like a video game, Cody.
Yes, but it's
very
a
video
simple.
game, Cody.
Well, actually, Danganronpa was a video game first.
It's a video game, Cody.
It's an adaptation.
It's not a video game.
Actually, it's a video game adaptation.
No, it's not. It's a video game.
So it's actually
no, it's not a video game.
But
so it's Anime Corner.
This is Anime Corner.
I didn't know what we were talking about anymore.
It's animation.
What are we talking about?
I read the description and I kept thinking that it sounded to me a lot like Battle Royale, if less bloody.
Oh, it's bloody, all right.
Okay, then it sounds just like Battle Royale.
Yeah, it's pretty. Actually, the punishments are pretty brutal, like for what you can get away with on a TV show. I highly recommend it. You would definitely like it, Abraham.
No, maybe. I mean, I did really like Higurashi.
No, I think Higurashi is garbage, but I like this show.
Hey, you can go f*** yourself, because I think Higurashi is great.
No, Higurashi's garbage.
It is? That's weird.
I thought you said you didn't like it.
I love the shit out of Higurashi, and I will fight you over this.
No, it's so bad though. It makes no fucking sense, and the animation is awful, and all the characters are just insane.
That's like, did you even watch all the way through it? Because there's 2 seasons of it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch all the way through it. I didn't like it.
Well, it doesn't make any sense if you don't watch the whole way through. It's supposed to be like really strained, and you're supposed to think about how crazy it is and try to figure out what the hell's going on. And they don't tell you what. God.
I got 12 episodes in, and I didn't enjoy any of them. So I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
I enjoyed the whole thing. Like,
I know lots of people do. I will never understand why.
We can't be friends anymore, Cody. Sorry.
It doesn't. It just seemed like there was no rhyme or reason to fucking anything. Like everybody's just insane just to be insane. And
well, there is a reason, and I think since you're never gonna watch it, I'll just tell you, right?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. It's probably stupid.
So you know, like the little girl with blue hair.
Yeah. Did she get like raped or something?
She got killed. She gets killed in all of them. Anyway,
everybody dies in like every episode.
Like everyone who lives in this place is infected with parasites that are native to the area, and when they stress out too much, they go apeshit. Now the little blue-haired girl, because it's sort of like a colony type thing, has like the queen parasite in her, and while she's around, no one goes apeshit. As soon as she dies, though, all bets are off, and people start killing each other. And the way story goes is in each of the story arcs, something happens to her, and it's actually a different timeline for each, because the universe is actually recurring while the blue-haired girl is trying to stop everyone from killing themselves and time from resetting.
So you're trying to say there's little girls in this? Now where can I find this?
All the shut up. All the protagonists are like middle school and younger.
Thank God.
It's just how it is. So it's once you get into it and you find out what the is going on, it's really not bad at all. But you have to be able to get through it and find out what the hell's going on first. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. So yeah, that's what's up with Higurashi. Time travel and stuff.
Seems like there's other stuff.
So have you been watching anything else besides Danganronpa and Gotchaman crowds?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of other things, but
personally, I really like the one with the Tanuki. What the hell is it called?
Uchi Kodai.
No,
I don't know what the English one is.
Something Kazaku.
Koyodai.
Whatever. The slice of the slice of life one with the Tanukis is pretty great, I think.
Oh, it's Kozuka. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah.
I have two shows. I have 2 shows with the UCHO like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show's not bad. It's kind of enjoyable if you're into that. But I mean, if you're watching this, you've probably watched this other guy's stuff, and it's pretty similar to that. So I know what you're getting into. Matsu Nagari was actually pretty good. I was watching that. I
didn't. Going into episode 8 or whatever, I didn't think it would end with, and then the world ended.
Oh, wait. I'm on episode 7, so don't spoil.
Okay. Let's put it this way. Has the world ended yet?
Oh, did you just spoil the ending now? Thanks.
I actually didn't spoil the ending at all, believe me.
No, I don't remember where I was. I'm actually kind of behind the season, but yeah. I was enjoying the time travel and all that shit. That's pretty interesting. And, I was like, the beginning was pretty boring. I was like, I don't really care about fucking Tsubasa bitch.
What? She's the best girl. What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh my gosh, she's so boring. Like I don't care about your family problems.
Okay, so her family problems aren't that interesting, but I insist
Yeah.
the best girl.
No.
Yes.
You guys always argue about like chicks in anime or video games. You're always like, no, I like, especially that one where you date the handicapped women.
I remember when we were
That's
arguing about
heated.
that.
I was like,
It
no.
No, the best girls in the show are his two sisters, obviously.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're easily the best part of that show. That's why that one season that focuses on them was so good.
Which reminds me, speaking about Katawa Shoujo, there were a couple interesting developments in Katawa Shoujo.
I don't think we should talk about that anymore.
Oh no, it's a quick thing. They released the beta version of Hanako's route, and it's actually pretty different. Or was it the Mute Girl? Well, there was a beta version of one or two routes released. They're sort of interesting, and then there was a fan-made route made by fans. That's about it, really.
Well, there you go. Anyway, some of the other stuff. Here's a video game related. Neptunia, the anime. It's garbage. It sucks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty shit. Like, I'm surprised I got through the first episode.
Yeah, I'm surprised I've actually gotten through more than one, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to. I was like really tempted not to finish it, but I'm like, I'm already this far in. I might as well just finish it now. I'm on episode 7.
Oh my god, that's how I feel about a couple other animes. One in particular, it's just so bad, and I'm so not the right audience for it. But every once in a while, it's Devils and Realists or whatever the fuck it's called.
Which one?
Makai OG Devils and Realists.
I don't think I watched that, so I guess I'm not missing anything.
It's pretty shit. It's a shoujo thing, so I'm clearly not the right audience for it. The basic idea is that there's this like college student or something who turns out to be descended from King Solomon, and because of this and some other shit, he pretty much gets to pick who's Satan, and this gets him into trouble with other Satans, and they fight.
That sounds weird. Wait, Spaghetti-chan, the show.
Oh, that too.
That show's awesome.
I find that show so difficult to watch. It hurts me.
I got Donnie to watch like an episode with me.
Oh yeah, was that the one with the chick?
Yeah, the really awkward chick.
That's really funny.
Yeah, see, it's hilarious.
It hurts me to watch. Okay. It hurts. Although I really did enjoy watching the episode where they're talking about Magic the Gathering.
We were watching the one where she goes to meet that like voice actor in the game.
I know the one.
It was really funny.
Then she plugs her headphones into the mic jack instead of the headphone jack.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
I've been there before.
I have never been there before.
I think the brother is such a good character because he's so like that's what a real brother would be like.
Why?
He's honestly pretty realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes a nice contrast when compared to the Spaghetti Elemental.
Spaghetti Elemental. Oh, it is hard to watch sometimes with like the levels of awkward. It's like, oh my god.
I don't think she's awkward very much. I think.
And I, being the incredibly socially awkward mess I am, find a lot of those scenes pretty difficult to watch, to be perfectly honest.
I don't really find it actually hard to watch at all. I think it's very funny.
It is funny, but it's just like, I don't know. When it's like super awkward situations like that, it's just like, oh my god, why are you doing that?
Really?
Whenever she has to like talk to anyone, I'm just like, ugh.
oh, I know. It's like, oh shit. We have to communicate with people. Abort.
Exactly. But that show's pretty funny, and I've been enjoying that. Did you watch the Gynax show that I told you about?
Yeah.
The one with the girls playing airsoft?
Yeah.
So what's your
It's taken a turn for the more serious, which I kind of dislike.
Oh, yeah, I just watched the episode where like she cheated to like win the tournament.
Yeah, it gets like really drama heavy after that.
Really?
Yeah, it's
like
really
it's almost over.
I know.
Was this girl? Is she gonna like kill herself or something? 'Cause she cheated.
No, like she has a fight with the club members, and then she joins the other school's.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So the
yeah.
best part of that show was the team that did the JoJo's poses, though.
I thought that was fantastic.
That was amazing. I was like, that makes this show okay in my book. That makes the show worth watching just for that scene. But that show's actually not half bad for what it is.
Is it all bad?
Which reminds me, there was a completely unrelated thing, except for the JoJo thing. There was a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure tabletop game that found the rules for online. Probably a homebrew.
I think I saw that in the. I'm on like the 4chan thread for like the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game, and I think they were talking about that.
People have been trying to make an RPG that works for that for a long time. The one I found had one thing that I thought was hilarious, that you get in-game bonuses for posing. For you, when you as a player pose, when you're about to do things.
I would do the wham pose, one where his body like splits in half. Whamu!
I like the ones where immediately after they awaken.
Whamu is the best Pillar Man. Everybody knows it.
No, I didn't think that.
Wham is the strongest. If
Well,
Wham fought Cars, Wham would have kicked his ass.
Maybe. But Cars was ultimately the one who got all freaky, which makes him the strongest by default.
Yeah, because Cars was a fucking douchebag, because Wham actually had honor, and he didn't, like, have to play dirty to win.
That is correct, but in the end, he did become the strongest Pillar Man, regardless of the fact that he had to be a douche to do it.
Yeah, the ultimate being, but I mean, Wham could have done the same thing, theoretically.
Wham was pretty fucking badass.
Wham was fucking awesome.
And AC/DC was a bitch.
AC/DC is really fun to play in the game, though, actually.
Is he?
Yeah, he's, like, really good. So is Wham. Cars kind of sucks, though. Unless he's in his ultimate form, then he's, like, annoying as hell.
I would imagine.
He just throws out tentacles, squirrels, and fucking piranhas.
Really?
Yeah, and he can, like, fly in the air.
Okay.
There you go.
So how's mounted combat?
Oh, well, let's just talk about games we were playing recently. Might as well segue into that.
Okay.
I've been playing the new JoJo's fighting game that just came out in Japan, and I really love it as a JoJo's fan. And I think you can enjoy it as a fighting game fan too.
What about as neither of those?
Probably not then.
Okay.
The game's not for you. You will probably not enjoy it. If you don't enjoy JoJo's and you don't enjoy fighting games, then you will probably dislike it.
I think I found a game that I just probably will not enjoy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would not enjoy this game. But I enjoy it, and I thought it's really fun.
Reminds me, I saw before the game came out, I watched this clip of two fighting sequences between Gio from part 3 and Jonathan from part 1 fighting, and then the second half was like characters from part 5. Anyway, I kept thinking, if you're gonna make Jonathan fight Dio, making him fight part 3 Dio is really not being fair. And yes, he did win.
All's fair in love and war.
Is that like a quote from that, or?
No.
It's a quote from Pokemon. All is not fair when you're fighting your opponent who's still in your body and he can pull off the world.
Yeah, that's
the matchups you can do in that game are pretty funny. Like you can have Hull Horse versus Mista. It's like who has the better gun?
Who does? Who's the better character?
I'd say Hull Horse is a little bit better.
Because he has a horse, right?
No. That's Johnny and Gyro.
By the way, I beat Mega Man 2 while we did this
Crippled
podcast.
Man is one of the best. The crippled character is one of the best characters in the game, by the way.
Did you hear what I did?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking JoJo right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty awesome when you can shoot a hole in the ground, and then you can he puts his limb through it, and he can shoot you from behind. It's because he's got nail bullets, man. His fingernails are bullets.
Incidentally, why was part 7 so strange?
Because Part 7 is on acid. The President is actually one of my favorite characters to play. He's really fun. He has a level.
How does his stand work?
Oh, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. D4C.
Yeah, how does that work?
He can travel through. He can travel through dimensions. So
No, I mean,
he can just
how
like.
does the game-
Oh, in the game. Oh, I mean, he has just basic like punch kick moves. He has like a gun. He has a gun move. He has a move where like he can like summon like a guy, like a clone, to like do like a dive kick for him. And one of his supers is he like puts the American flag on you and he brings you to the alternate dimension and you meet your body and then you get destroyed. And then his other super is like it's like a counter, and what he does is like he like grabs you and then he summons like a bunch of himself from other dimensions to like do a presidential beatdown.
Cool.
And it is a level 3 super where he can gain all his health back because he just replaces himself with a clone from another dimension. He gains all his health back, but then he can't gain meter anymore.
Cool.
So yeah, he's pretty cool. I like using him. But Panakaga Fugo is the best. The guy from Part 5 who has purple haze.
Yeah. So just how irrelevant do the characters get? Are we talking like just core characters? We're talking dudes like Oyakomova showing up.
No, it's pretty mostly main characters. I mean, from Part 1 you got Jonathan, Zeppi, Dio. Part 2.
Wait, you can use the Pelly?
Yeah, Will. You can use Will A. Zappelli.
Okay. Here's the most important question. No. They wouldn't have put him in the game, so never mind. I don't want to get my heart broken.
What?
No, just keep going.
Every
He's not in
Zeppi
the
is...
game, and I'll just have to live with that.
All the Zeppis are in the game.
Yeah, that's not who I meant. Whatever. Let's keep going.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I'm not willing to say his name because if I don't actually say who it is, I can keep believing he's in the game until we tell me that he's not. So
Well, there's a lot of
here
characters
in my little.
There's a lot of characters in the game that are not like playable.
So like, who's in the game that isn't playable? Like, for example.
Like Moody Blues guy. There's like tons of support character stuff. There's like tons of characters from all different parts. Foo Fighters, weather reports in a stage.
Are you said that the game probably won't get an American release?
Most likely not, because of all the band references.
No, or you said that.
Oh, I might say. I thought you said, did you say?
No.
Not really.
And it's also really, really, really Japanese, I imagine.
It's not that hard to navigate, really. And people have translations.
No.
Oh.
I mean like the game itself. I don't mean the menus. It's a very Japanese sort of subject matter, I think, with a very Japanese fan base.
You talking about you think that people who play Call of Duty won't want to play it?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
What?
So whatever. I'll just ask you. The most important question: is Speedwagon in it? And does he have any moves where he just yells in fear?
No, but even bigger travesty than Speedwagon is there's no Stroheim.
No Stroheim?
There's no Stroheim.
What?
Nope. We get Joseph, Caesar, and then the Pillarmen, but not Santana.
I mean, I guess that works, but why? Like, why wouldn't they put in Cyborg?
They're adding in Lisa.
That's cool.
Lisa's DLC, along with Old Joseph, Vanilla Ice, and Anasui from Part 6.
But no Zappelli or f***ing Cyborg and Guile.
We got Zappelli.
Cyborg Nazi guy. Well, it could be because he's a Nazi. It could very well be because Cyborg Guile is a Nazi.
All the Zeppis are in the game. What are you talking about?
Oh, Stroheim. I said Stroheim might not be in the game because he's a Nazi.
Yeah, or they just didn't put him in the game.
I like Nazis.
I don't know. There's only 3 characters from Part 5 or Part 6 and Part 7, and they need more.
Yeah, I was either going to make a YouTube channel about video games or Nazi stuff.
That's true. I was there.
That's actually not a joke. I mean, really, I was gonna do that.
Yeah, but that's the majority of what I've been playing. But I've played Killer is Dead, which is fun.
Alright.
And I played the Miku game on PS3, which is really fun.
Get to hear Nyan Cat.
Yeah, the non-cat song is one of the songs on there.
I love it.
That game's amazing, but they're always amazing. Rhythm games are amazing, and they're fun. I don't care what you say. I don't care.
Who's gonna say anything? All it is button timing. I mean, it's not like there's any. Well, I mean, the content of Hatsume Miku, I guess, would be maybe
That's what I was implying.
questionable.
It's slightly questionable. Well, let's not question it.
You say it's slightly?
Anyways, what have you been playing in this time, Dr. Sanders?
At this moment, I am playing Sonic 3.
Oh, well, that's new.
During this podcast, I just beat Mega Man 2.
Really, the whole game?
Yeah, we started it when we
Wait,
started,
really?
yeah, when we started recording, I completed it. So.
How are you so good at that game?
It's like one of the only games I'm actually good at. That and like, I don't know. That's one of the only Mega Man games I've played a lot. So.
That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed.
So yeah, so.
That's the one with the difficulty setting, or is that a different one?
That one has a difficulty setting, but I can actually.
Did you play on normal?
No, I play on difficult, which is just
Right.
it's like
Which is the difficult one? I don't remember.
difficult's the difficult one.
Oh, okay. That's like normal Japanese, right?
Yeah, and then I'm also pretty good at Mega Man X4, I think. I can also beat Mega Man 8 really easily.
X4, that's a pretty random one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of the only ones I had. It's the only ones I had. So
I'm good at 8, man.
yeah, I can like beat 8 without even looking at the game.
So
That's like that's like the easiest game.
is that how you've been playing?
No, well, since the last podcast, I played Gone Home. Did I tell you guys about that? I'm not.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Did I tell on the last podcast or? I don't
No, it's been a while.
Okay, so Gone Home is like a game where it's done in like the Unreal Engine or something like that. But it's like a first-person adventure game. It's like creepy as hell too. But it's really, 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 really good. I was blown away. It's like totally one of those games, like an experience, you know, instead of more of a game. And but you collect like letters and notes and about your sister because you're like a girl who is returning from a trip. I forget where, like France or something.
Well, it's like one of those like first-person adventure games, right?
Yeah, so it is so great. I don't know how to explain it. It's like because it's basically like a story, right? And it's basically paced like almost like a movie. And you think basically you have free reign of the house for the most part. Like other than like you discover a few items and then another part will open up, you know. And it seems like right off the bat, I thought, oh well, I'll probably accidentally do the story out of order because I tend to look at like every note, everything, right? So I thought, oh, I might find a part of it, you know, before I need to, and I might mess up the story, and I might screw up the pacing. And I was surprised. I didn't. And I didn't really... I missed, like, one part of the story, but it did... Like, it was one of the extra stories that doesn't matter. But it's one of those games that, like... it's so hard to explain. It really is. Like, it's totally one of those games that isn't going to be the hugest title out there. It isn't going to be... But I think people are going to, like, talk about it forever. Definitely, like, hipstery people, like, obviously, with the way it is.
So maybe our, like, grandchildren will make a video about it someday on, like, YouTube, too.
Probably, with the impact of it. Like, it's kind of like... well, Braid's actually kind of hard. Like, this was just... It was really interesting. Like, there's no real way to die. It is creepy as hell, though. Like I say, like, you know, I'm okay with survival horror game stuff, but the fact that like this game is really creepy and you don't have like a weapon, like there's no weapon in the game really, it is very unsettling. Like I don't know how to explain it. It creeped me the hell out, and not even that it needed to, but it was definitely my kind of game. I gotta say, story was fantastic. And I'll remember it forever. Like, it was one of those games where the experience of it was something that you can't get in a movie, you can't get in a book. I mean, well, I guess you could. Well, no, you couldn't get it in a book. it was completely unique. It's like it couldn't exist as any other thing but a game, and as a game, that tells a story. It does it probably better than almost any game I've ever played. So I can't really say much else about it, except that go play it.
John, if you suck that dick any harder, it's gonna fall off.
I can't help it, man. It's like it's unexplainable. This game is so good.
Sounds like you get a boner for that, like I get a boner for JoJo's.
Yes, it's my JoJo's baby. So, but yeah, I recommend it.
Oh yeah, Abraham. Have you ever one more thing about JoJo's? Have you ever read any of the other authors' work before?
I haven't.
Oh, because they're putting in a character from one of his earlier mangas called Bao into the game.
Okay.
And he's basically like Cars. Basically like Cars before Cars. He's like this guy can like transform into like this bio weapon where he has like blades on his arm and his hands can like secrete acid and like kill people.
Oh, it's just like a vagina.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else I'm playing.
There's an OVA for it that's like from a while back. It's supposed to be pretty good. Oh, it's from '89. The OVA.
Okay.
There you go.
I may check that out.
So Abraham, what have you been playing since the last?
I mean, that's
podcast?
fine. I didn't have anything else I was playing.
Oh, do you have anything else, Dr. Sanders? Anything else?
Maybe I don't.
Shit.
I'm trying to think.
Abraham?
I'll say if I think of anything.
All right.
Well,
We'll
let's
get
see,
back
what have I been- Well, yeah. Well, I pretty much quit playing the more recent MMO that I picked up, which is to say, Neverwinter. Because once I reached Endgame and realized that was very interesting, I thought back to all the hours I wasted on it and realized, I don't enjoy this game. Everyone else go fuck itself.
You seem to say that every time you start playing an MMO and then you stop playing one.
And then you'll point out something that's like ridiculous about it.
It's like I heard this when you played Spiral Knight too.
Well, Spar Knights I've been playing for like a year now, so that says something. Well, a couple of years actually. In fact, that I'm still in it.
Goddamn Spiral Knights, Abraham.
Like, if they keep putting out new content that I can actually play with instead of just put on, I'll be playing Spiral Knights indefinitely. This is Neverwinter is just not terribly interesting.
Wait, are you trying to say that you'd rather play Farmville?
No.
Online? Sim Social?
No.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, is there any games you actually have been playing and not stopped playing?
The one I have been playing lately, well, aside from the Agris War games that I've had lying around for a while, I haven't been.
Oh,
the
God.
War.
Agris War games, Jesus Christ.
I know. Not the issue right now. I played Saints Row 4 and I love the ever-loving shit out of it.
Abraham, look at me.
Did you kill people with dildos?
You know, I didn't, because while that was funny a couple times, you really can't upgrade the dildo bat much. As opposed to a regular baseball bat, which you can upgrade the shit out of, and when you hit people with the fully upgraded one, they either explode if you got the right upgrade, or they go flying like 50 yards if you don't, which is hilarious. Right, physics.
I'm actually pretty surprised you can upgrade the dildo at all.
You know, I kind of think of it, I can't remember if you can upgrade the dildo at all.
Women upgrade the dildos all the time.
And there's also a tentacle bat.
That sounds disgusting.
Well, it's a tentacle on a stick with like spikes on it, and you hit people. That's pretty much it.
Gene, yes?
But yeah, the
Dead
baseball
Rising
bat
7?
the bat turns out to be a really good weapon to upgrade.
Damn it.
Because even in situations in which you're thrown in where you don't really have any weapons on you, like in some of the story missions, you usually find a baseball bat around somewhere. Someone will be carrying it or something. And then the game then becomes really easy because everyone will die with one hit of your baseball bat.
That's amazing.
It's pretty funny. And the game itself is pretty solid. Yeah, the story campaign is admittedly shorter than I would like, but it's great, fun, really.
Is there anything else you've been playing?
No, pretty much just beat Saints Row 4 and then have been powering through the Agris War games.
That's tough, man.
It is
I
pretty
have
tough.
one of them, and I tried playing that game, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Why?
It just, I don't know. It just didn't. It just, I don't know.
Is it the fact that all the fights are stacked ridiculously against you?
Yeah, that's probably it. It takes forever.
Every single random battle was so difficult. I know.
I was like, this is daunting. But you can pay to win.
Wait, you said this is Donnie?
I said it's daunting.
This is Donnie?
This is Donnie.
No,
I thought
it's funny you should mention the pay to win DLC because I got some free Xbox points that I had actually spent on some of that DLC. And let me tell you something about having that DLC. It doesn't actually make the game much more easy. It's only slightly less.
The DLC seems ridiculous.
It's not near as ridiculous as it seems. Because you're constantly recycling characters, you only get slightly overpowered. And yet you're still way behind the power levels of all the enemies. So it's really not that much.
I had to buy a Japanese...
It's less pay to win, more pay to make, less brutal.
That's what... I don't care.
I had to buy a Japanese PSN card to buy the DLC for JoJo's. Totally worth it. Yeah, because you have to use the Japanese PSN account to get the DLC.
So you had to, what'd you have to do?
I had to buy a Japanese PSN point card.
How much was that?
It was the same price.
No, I mean I don't know how much that is.
Oh, it's you get 1,000 yen on it for $10.
Uh-huh. How'd you buy it?
I bought it on a website. PlayAsia sells them.
Wait, so did you have to wait for? Did you have to order that online and then wait for that to come?
No, they just give you the code. It's digital.
Cool.
Weird.
Just type in the code, you get credits, and then you can buy the DLC. But some of it's free, so. Yeah, because you have to have a Japanese account to play online.
Oh, you trying to play online with people?
Or no, you have the Japanese account to get the DLC, so. I mean, I could play. I think I probably could play online with my American account. I haven't tried.
Good.
It's I might as well just make a Japanese account, just use that, because I need to use it for the DLC anyways. I don't know if you can transfer your DLC to your American account or not.
Probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think that would be a feature that would be included.
Yeah, so that's where it is with that. But let's.
One thing I want to talk about, actually, really, really quick. So this week, I've had to do a lot of driving around, and so I downloaded a whole bunch of podcasts, and so I, musician, I like to listen to a lot of music stuff, and so I thought I'd listen to some music podcasts, see if there's any good ones out there, any ones that I could really get on with, because I like the show, That Metal Show. So if I could find a podcast that was basically the same as that, then I'd be totally good. And so I downloaded a whole bunch of podcasts, and oh my god, it was so difficult to weed through the hipster podcasts. Because, especially for music, not even about movies, movie podcasts just tend to be fat guys, talking about movies. Really, I mean, there's who's that, Doug Benson or whatever? That one guy who smokes pot all the time? Super Jaime guy? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He does comedy.
Yeah, so he does a movie podcast, and it's actually really good because he's just he says what movies they're going to watch, and then he just is haha, smoke pot, and I am lonely, and I like movies. So it's really good because he's pretty just honest about his stuff. He's yeah, I've seen Die Hard 5,000 times. He's it just gets better. But so this music podcast was so I seriously did not even find one. Well, I found one music podcast I like because it just does interviews with people. But anyone where they have to make lists or talk about their opinions, oh my god, it's so hard to take any of that crap seriously because they're oh yeah, most overrated bands, the Ramones. I'm the Ramones freaking worked their asses off to not make much money for 40 years. If there's any band that's not overrated, it's the Ramones. And they talk about Kiss, they bashed Kiss, and I don't like Kiss. They they give stupid reasons for why they don't like Kiss. They're like, oh, I don't like Gene Simmons, and I don't like makeup. So,
It's just a gimmick, man.
so Dr.
Actually, well, hold on.
Oh, God.
In defense of people
here
who
we
say
go.
that the Ramones are overrated, they're not necessarily. It is their opinion, but I won't say they're necessarily wrong, because everyone who's like into classic rock at all, it's just into punk, will say that the Ramones are like the best thing to happen to punk ever, usually. And I can see how someone would disagree with that statement. Did they say that the Ramones are bad, or just that they're overrated? Because those are two different things.
Yeah, well, I don't think the Ramones are necessarily overrated. I think, yeah, a lot of people know, like, one or two songs, but, like, as a whole, like, I mean, there's so many more overrated bands, like Radiohead, who, like, everybody's like, every album's classic. Like, every album's classic, because it's Radiohead. Like, you know, or what about Oasis? Every Oasis album's good. Like, and then people can just name, like, a lot of Oasis albums. Maybe not in America, but in Europe they can. But, like...
In a way, you could say that about the Ramones, although that's different. That's
I mean, can you name more than one Ramones album? The Ramones album that isn't the Ramones?
What I'm trying to say is all the Ramones songs sound the same, so you could arguably make that argument about all of them being equally good.
Well, I mean, you could say that, but, like, not all the Ramones songs do sound the same. Like, that's kind of a misconception.
But
They kind of do. They're sort of like how they're sort of like how Motorhead songs are all very similar to
Okay,
each other.
Motorhead songs, like, are the same song. Yeah?
But let's go get ice cream.
No.
Right, so Kiss sucks?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Kiss does not suck. I feel like people. I really feel like people get do not understand Kiss. Like, people literally just think Kiss is like a one-hit wonder or something. Like, they're like, oh, I don't
What's
get
there
it.
to understand about Kiss?
I mean, they're
a
good
rock
musically.
band who wanted to be Coca-Cola.
They're like, no, Gene Simmons wanted it to be Coca-Cola, not Ace Frehley, not Peter. Not even Peter Criss. I mean, I hate Peter Criss. I think he's a f***ing piece of shit. But I mean, it was not there. It's not the whole band's conscious decision. It's like it ended up turning into something totally crazy that they weren't. But like people just say, oh, musically they're not very good. But like Kiss is amazing on some albums. Like sure, maybe not every album's the best, and maybe not, like I could talk about this forever.
Welcome to the Music Corner, everybody.
That's Music Corner with Abraham and Mr. Ham and Dr. Sanders.
Dr. Ham Sanders.
Yeah.
I could go for a Dr. Ham
I do want to
Sanders.
say that I'm of the opinion that only Kiss Alive is a good album.
That's so not true. I don't even Kiss out. Actually, I'm a huge Kiss fan, and Kiss Alive is not one of my favorite Kiss albums, even close.
Really?
Actually, some of my favorite. I just picked up the Gene Simmons solo album, which is technically a Kiss album. Really, I mean, it really is just a Kiss album. Because Kiss did like 4 solo albums, and it's actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It has a cover of "Wish Upon a Star" with Cher on it.
When you wish
Yep.
upon
Yep, that's a real song that exists.
dick.
But yeah, I think Kiss is really. I don't think Kiss is underrated, but I definitely think people have the wrong idea about Kiss. And I think people should listen to more Ramones than just like their greatest hits. In fact, in the time the Ramones were alive, don't quote me on this, but I think this is right. That the only album that they ever had that went platinum was their greatest hits album, like because I think one of the albums went gold or something. But yeah, the only thing that ever sold a lot was their greatest hits.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about we compare them to a better band?
Yeah?
Like Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
No, okay. All right, and podcast is over.
I've been trying to wrap it up anyway.
You like Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
No, this could be a whole discussion. We could talk about Trans-Siberian Orchestra next time, because, I mean, that's a whole other thing. Like, I don't necessarily think they're overrated, but I definitely think that they are very interesting.
I think it's time to say goodnight to episode.
That's true. Although, if you want to talk about who's the most successful band, there's no argument there.
They are, well, they're pretty, isn't they really ridiculously successful not in America?
okay, you guys could talk about this like.
Let's put it this way.
Podcast.
If I remember correctly, their
you
least
keep talking
successful
about
album.
this. We can just end this podcast real quick. I mean, that's fine. We just need to do an outro real quick. I say my name. You guys say your name. I say goodbye. It goes womp, 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 and then it's over. And then you can talk about whatever it is you're talking about when we're done and it's over. And then I can go back to doing what I was doing before, which is playing JoJo's. And that's what I need to be doing right now. And I'm also kind of hungry and thirsty. So let's end.
Look, you ugly motherfucker. I'm taking time off from my fucking art project that should have been done days ago.
From beating the meat, from slapping the turkey.
Fuck you, I'm doing this art. I should be doing this art project right now, and instead I'm here talking with you guys. So
art,
you.
Art, more like your farts.
I'm Dr. Sanders.
Tic tac, tattywhack, give a dog a bone.
Thanks
I'm
for,
Royal, and I'm out.
All right, bye.
Goodbye. Say goodbye, Abraham.
Mr. Ham Show. Goodbye.
Mr. Ham Show got canceled.
Oh yeah, that's right. A slice of ham. Yeah, we have. That was our guest. Was Abraham from A Slice of Ham?
Oh yeah, from A Slice of Ham, exclusive Slime TV coverage of Abraham getting drunk and playing a game that has pigs in it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Live from Saturday night. It's New York City. Live.
It's summer already.
Yep.
It's like 1 in the morning.
All right, bye.
It'll be magic. Everybody knows what time it is now. We're
Goodbye.
recording this.
Goodbye.
And you said the day at the beginning. Goodbye. Well, I mean, you can keep saying goodbye, and I can edit it wherever I want it to be the end, honestly.
So Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Unless you come in here and, like, hit the stop button.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, like, their least successful album went gold.
Definitely hitting it now.
I think it's so weird that, like...
It's funny because it looks like Dale's talking to me because I have, like, I have, like, the Skype window open.
Shh.
It's like he's saying shh to me.
You don't know who I am. I know where you live. Nancy, get my smoke.
Dale. Nancy, shut up. You don't know who I am.
You don't know who I am. Oh, Peggy, is Hank there? I'll get him, Dale. You don't know.
You don't know who
I know where you live.
Oh my god. This is probably going to be at the end of the episode.
I'll tell you what, Boomhauer, don't use language like that. We're on the pub.
I ain't got no fingers.
Oh, I ain't got no fingers.
Be there.
You don't
Hedgers
know.
and clippers. Sea King. Wonder if I put this in, if anybody will understand what we're
No. Nobody will.
You don't think Hank in the Hill is very popular?
I don't think the YouTube poops of King of the Hill.
We gotta talk about German Rocker Z-Man. We gotta get the word out there.
Is that what we gotta do?
That's what we gotta do. Dale's a robot.
Oh, god damn it.
But that's Boomhauer's beer.
That's Boomhauer's beer. Dale's no robot.